Hey there, innovators, and welcome back to the IdeaMechanics Lab. This is the place where we engineer clarity from chaos. I'm your navigator, and today we are unlocking a principle that literally makes the invisible visible. So, are you ready to change how you see the world? Let's dive in. So, our mission today is to get our hands on a key technique from my absolute favorite problem-solving toolkit, TRIZ. Now, you can think of TRIZ as a set of cheat codes for invention, right? They're designed to solve the toughest contradictions. And we're going to use it to tackle a huge challenge, one that pops up everywhere, from the operating room all the way to your kitchen. So what's the big problem we're fighting today? Well, it's all about the risk you face every single day from dangers you can't even see. I'm talking about those hidden threats that force us to guess, to hope, or to just assume that everything is okay. And that leads to the big question, right? How do you fight a danger you can't see? I mean, when a sterilized surgical tool looks exactly the same as a contaminated one, or when a bowl of baby food gives you zero clues about how scorching hot it is, how are we supposed to know if we're safe? You know, the old way relies on just faith, on checking a logbook, or even worse, just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. It's a system that's built on pure uncertainty. But the TRIZ way, that's completely different. It's about creating a system of visible certainty, where the object itself tells you its status, loud and clear. We're talking about going from guesswork to guarantees. And this brings us to the awesome solution I've programmed for us today, TRIZ Principle 32. This is the one that lets us make inanimate objects, well, speak. We're giving them a voice, not with sound, but with sight. So what exactly is Principle 32? It's all about color changes. The idea is so simple, but absolutely revolutionary. By changing an object's color, we can embed critical information directly into it. It basically turns color into this cheap, super reliable, and instant channel for information. This right here, this is where the big mindset shift happens. A TRIZ innovator doesn't just accept an invisible problem. No way. They ask a totally different question. How can we make this object change its appearance to tell us its state automatically? That is the key. We're not just slapping a warning label on something, we're building the warning into the very fabric of the object itself.
So how do we actually do it? Well, right here on the main screen, we've got the core technologies. We use thermochromic materials that react to heat, photochromic materials that react to light, and these really cool chemical indicators that are tuned to react to very, very specific conditions. These are the engines that make Principle 32 work.
Okay, let's put this into practice. For our first case study, we're going to a place where there is absolutely zero room for error, the operating room. We're going to see how color changes can create a visible, sterile field. Now, here is the life or death problem. Imagine a surgeon holding two instruments. One is perfectly sterile, the other is not. But visually, they look identical. And relying on memory or some manual log in a high-pressure situation is a massive gamble with a patient's life. The threat is completely and utterly invisible.
So how does TRIZ solve this? It's genius. Check this out. First, the instruments are sealed in this special pouch that has a chemical indicator strip inside. Next, that pouch goes into an autoclave, which blasts it with high heat and pressure. And here's the magic. That little indicator is chemically designed to change color only when the exact conditions for sterilization have been met, not before, not after.
And boom, here's the result. Before sterilization, the indicator is pink. After a successful cycle, it turns brown. This gives a super clear visual go, no-go signal. It just erases human error. The surgeon doesn't have to guess or hope. They can actually see that the instrument is safe to use. It's incredible. Awesome, right? Okay, now let's take this same powerful principle and bring it somewhere completely different. We're jumping from the high-tech hospital right into the home, and more specifically, into the nursery. I mean, every parent knows this struggle. Is the food too hot? You can't really taste it, because that can spread germs, and just touching the bowl isn't very accurate. If you guess wrong, you could cause a painful burn. Once again, the danger is invisible. The solution is just brilliant. Embed the sensor directly into the tool itself. These spoons are made with a thermochromic pigment. So at a safe temperature, the spoon looks totally normal. But if that food is over a specific safety threshold, the pigment reacts and the spoon instantly changes color, giving a very clear stop signal. Just look at how simple and effective this is. A blue spoon means the food's good to go. If it turns white, it's too hot. That's it. No batteries, no electronics, no guesswork needed. The spoon itself becomes this dynamic communication tool, making safety completely intuitive for any parent. So, after looking at these cases, what's the big takeaway for our Innovators Toolkit? Let's boil it all down to the most important command. This quote from our source material just says it all perfectly. Principle 32 is about a huge shift in how we think about safety and information. We stop relying on faith and we start demanding visual proof. And that, right there, is the ultimate lesson. The most elegant innovations are often the ones that take some hidden condition, some secret state, or an invisible danger, and just make it completely and undeniably visible. We design objects that give us their own feedback. So I'm going to leave you with this challenge. Look around your world, your work, your home. What crucial piece of information is invisible right now? What process still relies on guesswork? Now that you have Principle 32 in your toolkit, what invisible problem will you make visible? Think about it. Until next time, keep innovating.